Hello everyone and welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft. So last time we left off we did a little bit of leather working and we made ourselves a lamp, an oil lamp. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make some more alloys. Specifically the alloys we're going to need to advance to blue and red steel. I've already showed you bismuth bronze, so you guys are already familiar with that one. I'll probably end up melting this guy down by the end of this episode, so we'll see. So the first thing I want to start with is I want to start with rose gold. Now to make rose gold, it needs to be 70 to 85% gold and 15 to 30% copper. So I can make the gold, let's see, I could do 75%, so that would be 3 of you, and then 1 of you. And that would be the simplest way to do this. So I'm just going to be making 1 ingot of each. We're not going to be going overboard here trying to make those end game metals just yet. But we'll have everything we need to do so. Or you guys will have all of the knowledge you need to do so. So that's going to melt eventually. While we're on that subject, I did go and get the rest of the basalt we needed to finish this part of the building. So let me just get a higher vantage point. And ta-da! There is our building. The chimney's kind of clunky. I apologize for that. It's really the best you can do. I'll show you guys the inside here for just a minute. Oh, that's not the right building. This is the right building. Okie dokie, so here's how it works. So the chimney goes all the way along this side so it doesn't take up the spaces the sheets are on. And then you just have the ladder going up next to it. And then at the very top you close in these chimney shafts just 1 block above the thing so they don't interfere with the sheets again. Like just before, so it caps up above the last brick, not directly next to it. And that way you don't get any rain in your building, especially with the trapdoor there. I just learned that trapdoors in vanilla, they can now be used as a final ladder, so long as there's a ladder beneath them and they are attached to the same side of the block as the ladder. Which means my trapdoor I could put on that side, and I'd be able to climb all the way out. So that is an amazing feature that I am super glad is now in, or is being planned for vanilla Minecraft. Okay, so now we can put in the gold. And boom, we have our first ingot of rose gold. So let's cast it. Oop. There you go, rose gold. The next thing I'm going to move on to is I'm going to move on to brass, which is needed for red steel. Rose gold is also needed for red steel, so there you go. So brass is 88 to 92% copper and 8 to 12% zinc. So it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to work with. Since I have 15s and 25s, so we're probably going to end up making 2 ingots of this just for ease of everything. So if I were to do, let's see, alright, so the best ratio I can get for brass is going to be 275 for this, so that's 275. So let's start working that down. So 275 will be 91.6% of 3 ingots, which is just below the copper max limit for brass. And 1 thing of, that's silver. I need zinc. Oh, I had poor quality sphalerite? Well, that would have been nice to know. So 25 will be, what was it? It was 8.6% or something like that. I can't remember. We'll see in just a minute. It'll tell me. They're going to need more fuel. $8.3. So there you go. That's 3 ingots of brass, which is quite a few. We have our first ingot of rose gold. You're going to go right there. Okay, and then those are the 2 alloys we're going to need for red steel, aside from black steel and normal steel. So there you go. Those are all the metals you need for red steel. So as you can see, we're pretty much already set up to start crafting the stuff, which is kind of interesting. Now, the next thing we're going to make is we're going to make sterling silver, which is used for blue steel. It is the other component. It is the other component alongside bismuth bronze, which we've already made. So, if you want to see how bismuth bronze is made, you can go check out my earlier videos when I advanced to the Bronze Age. Okie dokie, so sterling silver is 20 to 40% copper and 60 to 80% silver. So I only have poor quality silver, so that's a thing. So I have 15 and 25 to work with. 150 would be 15 times 10, which is easy to do. So 2 of you and 10 of you. And that'll get us 2 units of sterling silver. Although I already have a unit right now. It's a bad idea to start casting as soon as you get the metal, because that'll mess up the percentages as more of the ore melts into it. So you want to make sure everything's melted down before you start taking the metal out. I don't think I've addressed that before, so I may as well say it now. So here we go. We're getting some sterling silver. Boom. And here we go. Come on. Boom. So there we have it. We have sterling silver, brass, and rose gold in varying amounts, which is perfectly fine. Let's cool everything down. Perfect. It's raining, so it's about to refill the water I'm evaporating out of here. And that worked well. So now all I have to do is pump these guys down on the floor. Boom, boom, boom. And sterling silver. Now these metals are basically useless for anything but red and blue steel. So rose gold and brass will not have very many uses outside of these things. I don't even think you can make tools out of them, so let's double check that in NEI. Brass, yep, nope, can't make tools out of brass. Rose gold, can't make tools out of rose gold. You can make lamps out of it, so it's not completely useless, but you may as well save that, save your rose gold for red steel and use platinum, which is useless for anything else, as your lamps. And then sterling silver, also useless for anything other than oil lamps. And just to prove that other stuff does come out, if I look up bronze, You can see everything made out of bismuth bronze, normal bronze, and black bronze shows up. So there you go. So if it can be used for an oil lamp, you probably want to save it for whatever alloys, whatever other alloys it can make, because you can just use useless platinum for oil lamps, which I think is a fantastic addition. The fact that they made platinum have almost an exclusive use really frees up other resources for different tasks, which is cool. Obviously, everything can also be used decoratively, so if you want to use it that way, feel free. You can put metal sheets like the ones we have around our blast furnace of any type along any surface. So if you want to have like a metal coating to a room or something, you can totally do that with any metal you want. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to melt this guy down. Because honestly, I could use the metal. Is this still running? No, it's not. I'm going to need to keep you warm so that I can gather the stuff. So we may as well melt down our anvils now. We're going to need steel and bismuth bronze in order to make the end game tech. I'm not going to rush to those quite yet or anything, but I feel like being prepared to do it is probably better than, you know, having to assess what resources I need to collect, what resources I have. It'll be a lot easier to see it all laid out in front of me. If that makes sense. That's still liquid. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. I've still got quite a bit of basalt on me, which is interesting. I didn't know I took that much with me. I took 5 full stacks of bismuth stone, which in hindsight makes sense that it's quite a lot more than I need, but at the time I was like, you know, I'm probably going to need a ton of this stuff, and no, that was not the case. I only needed a little bit. I could sleep and get rid of the rain, but honestly, with the water barrels, I really don't care. I'm gonna need to get more molds here. Well, hopefully. Yeah, I only need one more than I have, which now I have. So there we go. If that mold had broken when I pulled it out, because I had already said that it was good before it came out, so that would have been funny. This is probably going to start dying soon, but I want to melt the steel next. I'm going to run out of space here. Let's see. There we go. And lastly, one more. And that'll get me 14 ingots of bismuth bronze. Lovely. The rooster is still alive. Not that I plan on killing the rooster. I kind of need him to breed more chickens if I ever need to. Which I don't think I will, but, you know, you never know. So, yeah. That is a ton of bismuth bronze. 14 ingots. Which is actually fantastic. Okay, why are you suddenly not... Okay, whatever. There we go. So, we have 14 of these. I should probably actually have put the anvil in there before having left. So, that goes like so. Perfect. Whole bunch of green metal. I'm gonna want to put an extra one in there. Let's get it up to melt steel, shall we? Which I believe is brilliant white, if I'm not mistaken. I should have grabbed some water while I was... Oh, okay, well, that works. Okay, I will grab some water while we're waiting. Because that would be a good idea. I'm just going to put another one on there just to be safe. Keep melting it for just a little bit. I could pour one of these into a pick head, which probably wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Ah, it's solid now. Of course. Can't do that with steel? I guess that makes sense. That's okay, I'll work the last one into a pick head. Should keep this hot because if this goes solid, that's gonna suck. Gotta keep the crucible pumping, or the forge pumping. Okay, all's good. Doesn't cool down very quickly, which is nice. I'm gonna need 2 more casts by the time this one... Oh, I'm gonna need 3 more casts by the time that one's done. Okay. Keep these going. Boop. Okay, that should be all the casts I need. Yep. Lovely. Okay, just a few more to go. Okay, the next one will be the last one. So let's go ahead and start cooling these down. And then I can work the last one in... Well, there's no need to cool them down, to be perfectly honest. Okay, last one. And actually, probably the next one to cool down into solid form is the one I'm going to use, instead of waiting for a new one to finish. Pickaxe. Shrink, bend, punch. Or draw, bend, punch. Draw, bend, punch. Nope. Draw, bend, punch. Nope. Draw, bend. Whoops. Okay. Draw, bend, punch. Nope. Draw, bend, punch. Nope. Draw, bend, punch. There we go. Steel pickaxe head. Lovely. Okay, now I can go cool everything down. And we have a steel pickaxe, which I'm not going to use right away, but I will need eventually. So there we go. Alright, over to the water. Cool everything down. And the water is refilling faster than I can drain it, which is awesome. I may not have 14 steel, but I believe I already had 2 made, so that should bring me up to 15. So, net gain. There we go. Lovely. So there we have it. We have quite a bit of metal. Oh, there was probably a piece of coal in here I could have saved. Oh well. So yeah. Now we have all the component alloys. I've shown you all the component alloys for all the different endgame metals, for both endgame metals, basically. I don't know why I said it like there was more than that, but whatever. Almost running out of cheese here. Almost running out of bread here. I'm only going to be able to make one more. One more sandwich with that piece of bread. The meat's keeping rather well despite how long I've had it. I've had it longer than the strawberries, and they're starting to go rather quickly. So, good rule of thumb, cook your food. I wonder if you can cook fruit. Probably can cook fruit. Anyway, we're at time for today, so that's going to do it for this one. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed all that fun stuff, as always. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment. Any and all feedback is very much appreciated, and I love hearing from you guys. And next time, we'll probably look at crafting some more items. We'll see at what else we can do. We can probably start getting suited up for more combat stuff. I've got enough wrought iron to maybe make ourselves some weapons and stuff. I don't know. We'll see. But that will do it for this one, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye for now.